sounds? Okay, thought that might be the case. I'll try to raise that a bit. How's that? Is that any better? Is it too loud? Okay. Alright. So yes, I did actually watch my last stream, and I went to see how everything sounded. I saw that copyrighted audio was being filtered out, so I know that some parts fell silent. Okay, today I am doing requests, and the request that I'm about to work on. So these are my first 3 requests up at the top here. Because I've been on holiday and I've been drawing on my laptop instead. So all of the other requests I drew on my laptop. But I'm back here and I'm going to try drawing on here. Also a departure from other ones is that I drew this fireplace while I was eating dinner and watching TV in my sketchbook. And I'm gonna try and build a digital picture around it, which may or may not be more complicated than it's worth. I've already spent like a half hour on the fireplace alone, and I try not to spend too long on these. So this is going to be Harry Potter. It's going to be Dumbledore, McGonagall, Flitwick, and Sprout sitting beside the fireplace enjoying eggnog. I need a particularly enjoyably festive color to have this in. A light green seems like a nice idea, or maybe an orange, rustic orange. Let's compare them and see. I don't want to do too similar a green to what I did for Snape. So if I do a green, then it needs to be distinctly different than the other green. I'm also thinking that I'll use a different pencil, because the pencil that I've been using a lot hasn't been as nice as I expect it to be. It's been very monotone. I'd kind of like to have some real variety in what I'm trying to do. Like, nah, that's pants. I'm probably looking for something that doesn't even exist, man. But yeah, like, I only get size, I don't get opacity when I'm using these. I don't seem to, they don't go lighter and darker as much. Ah, this one does. Okay, try with this one. Yes, I draw all over things. So I'm not sure yet how to integrate it. I don't want to be too lazy, but also I have to keep in mind that I have 12 of these still to do, and that I'm still working on other projects, so I can't really be spending as much time as I'd like on every single one. And that's the problem that you'll run into when you're an artist. So we have here, this is where I scanned it. It was in really quite a small notebook, in fact, so I had planned to do the whole thing there, but I really didn't have enough room when I came down to trying to lay out the figures, so I decided I'd scan it and try from there. Have I given myself enough room down? Alright, well, rather than worrying about how to integrate the picture right now, I'm going to worry about where I should put the figures, and maybe I'll just lighten this up so that it's not too distracting for whatever I do. Okay, let's begin. So, we've got this lovely scene. Maybe I want to change the size a little. Maybe not the size, but the angle. Yeah. It might be the scan, or it might just be that I drew a little bit lopsided, but it's either is reasonable, but I kind of want the fireplace to have a more central appearance to it. Oh yeah, here. Let me inform people that I am about to start. Or that I am streaming now. Sometimes people like to watch as I do requests, at least I think. Here we go. Okay. And we will do Facebook and go to the gigantic thread. Into my post. Respond to my post. No, never change the color scheme. Okay. Let's see. I really must just have it like in my clipboard or something instead of typing out my Twitch URL every time. Okay, here we go. It's a bit redundant, but if I'm posting a new comment, then I'd rather just have the link there so that it's more convenient for anybody coming in. So did I decide that I wanted this color in the end? Oh yes, and I need to go back onto the actual sketch layer. Yeah, this color's good. Okay, I kind of want it bigger than that. I like this area, but I don't. Maybe I'll still reduce it in size a bit to get everything like that, and I'll at least erase in there. So just to remind again, I don't really check the chat. I should keep an eye on the chat, and maybe I'll start to do that, but I really tend to be kind of tunnel vision when I'm working, and it's hard to get away or else I get completely distracted. I would rather be too focused than not focused enough. I will most likely draw over this rather than trying to make it work otherwise, but I will at least remove some of the gray because it's distracting me. Speaking of being easily distracted. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw. I'm not feeling super great tonight, but I'm hoping that I can do some of this because it's a really fun idea and I've been really looking forward to it. Also, I'm doing this on the wrong layer again. Okay, so maybe I want to move this over a bit. Actually, it's still trending a bit more too. I'm not sure if I'll keep it this size. I think I could keep it this size. Why not? Somebody is not going to be that large, but maybe their chair is. So, I like these requests a lot because they're challenging me to draw things that I don't normally draw. It's been majorly fun doing them. And I wish that I had more time to draw because then I'd probably do them more regularly. I've been talking about then again, the post I mentioned that I was going to try and do another round of them, but I don't know if I will. I don't think I'm gonna have the time. I mean, I will, not just, you know, I'd been thinking of doing them like once or twice a month, and I don't think I've got that kind of time for them, unfortunately. I might be able to manage once a month, but, you know, if I get 30 people in an hour, then it's gonna be very hard to do regularly. Though I would love to, because it's a lot of fun. And if other people are enjoying them, then that's good. You know, I am somebody who firmly believes in mutualism. As somebody studying science, I've gone through the whole ecology area where you have the different classifications for animal relationships, and symbiotic or mutual is a very interesting concept. So, in my mind, I'm happy to draw things for free from time to time because, for one thing, people don't really know my art anyway, so it's a way to get exposure for me. Which, yeah, exposure is a shitty reason for somebody to give you for wanting you to do free art for them. But if you yourself are okay with doing something for exposure, then by all means go for it. Just don't accept somebody else telling you that you should give them things for free because you'll get exposure. That's not right. People do not charge that much for their art. It is not that hard to pay them for it. But for me, I'm happy to do things for exposure because, well, you know, that's just the kind of person I've been. I used to play Ragnarok Online, and I would play merchant characters, and I would make everybody juice and pay, like, I would essentially get all of the ingredients for free and make them from farming monsters and things, and then I'd sell them for, like, not a profit, like, for like 100 zenny per thing less than other people were selling them for, and people would be like, "You're so nice." And it's just like, sometimes you just do things because you like people being happy, and I'm somebody who does things because I like seeing people happy. But that doesn't mean that I give all of my art away for free. The idea of getting back into art in general was to help my partner pay bills and to have a hobby that was fun to share with my daughter. I got back into art because I took on a different perspective with my art and stopped feeling like I needed to be the absolute best, and that I could just be who I was, and that that was okay. And so it's just pretty nice to draw things. But I do need to make money off of it sometimes. Right now I am making zero money with my life, and it would be nice to be able to do something that made me feel like I had a worthwhile marketable skill. I'm a little bit introspective and maybe a little bit depressed tonight, so the tone might be radically different than my previous streams, and for that I apologize. I don't feel depressed, but I do feel like weird random body pains. Weird random body pains. So I've stopped using the eraser because it's just honestly too garish against the rest of the picture. And on my laptop it was just impossible to change the size of the thing effectively, though I guess now I could probably do it without too much issue. So I've spent an age drawing this freaking chair.